from this weekend, we'll start seeing the movement of people over the festive season, December break. People who are going home, people who are traveling to holiday destinations. We have a great deal of people movement through the principle of migration to where people work and where they consider where they live. So we'll see a lot of people moving across the country, I'd say from this weekend. And many of them will rely on the minibus taxi industries to get to where they are, where they need to be over the next while. If we're honest, the taxi industry does not have the most sterling of reputations when it comes to commuter safety, particularly over the festive season. But yesterday, Santaco, the South African National Taxi Council, launched its road safety campaign for the minibus taxi industry. Its slogan, "Your safety, our priority." Mandla Hermanus is the regional chairperson of Santaco. Good morning, Mandla. Really appreciate your time. What's your message to taxi operators, the drivers who will take the long road from Cape Town to many other parts of the country over the next while? What's your singular message to them?
Good morning to you and the listeners. The most important message that we want to communicate to our drivers is that we must look out for fatigue, because we realize that at the moment, that is the main contributor to road accidents by minibus taxis embarking on long distance. Our drivers do not rest. They do these long trips, come back and take another trip without a day in between where they are able to rest and recover. So that's the most message that we want to communicate. And also to our passengers, when they see that a driver is showing signs of being tired, they should feel free to ask the driver to pull aside, take a short break, and then continue with the journey. But most importantly, to our operators, we are encouraging them to have a rotational system where the driver who took the first return trip to the Eastern Cape, for example, is not the same driver who takes the second trip immediately when they come back.
Profit. The profit motive is the main reason for a lot of the infringements that we see on the day-to-day commute here in the Cape Town CBD and other places around the country. But there's also the profit motive when we talk about long road fatigue, that drivers want to get a quick turnaround time so that they can drive, for example, to Mthatha, come back again immediately, because there'll be another group of people waiting in Cape Town to make that trip again. How do you drill down that message? Because at the end of the day, they're trying to trace the profit motive here.
Yeah, this is what we want to encourage from the operators, the owners of these vehicles, because most of the time the driver is not the owner. So what we are telling our operators is that have a second driver on standby, so that when this driver goes to the Eastern Cape, for example, and comes back, obviously there will already be another load of people who are ready to go immediately. Ensure that then you've got a driver on standby who's going to take the second load, so that this one can rest, and then the one who took the second load, when that one comes back and then he rests, and then the one who had taken the first load, then it's his turn again. So the owner is not going, in terms of profits, is not going to lose, because you are not going to forfeit a trip, but you are just resting the drivers. So that's what we want to encourage, and we want to drill that message to our operators.
The message here that says, Lester, it's not just drivers alone. Passengers also don't want drivers to take 1 hourly or 2 hourly breaks, which they need before they hit the road again. Is that also an experience?
Yes, because sometimes the passengers are not very patient, especially going to the Eastern Cape. So they get agitated when drivers take regular breaks along that stretch of road. So that's another message that we are communicating to our passengers, that they be patient. In fact, they should be vigilant enough to say, we realize that this driver seems to be tired, and actually be the ones who are asking the driver. It's not even an hour. Sometimes just a 10-minute break goes a long way when you are traveling long distance.
Mandla Hermanus, really appreciate your time. Regional chairperson of Santaco.